What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, we got oh man, we're coming back to Radiohead. Yes indeed. Radiohead Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Lucky Kid A. Lucky Kid A wanted to see me react to this song by Radiohead called Optimistic. And apparently this is from the basement thing that they did. Okay, before I go any further, Radiohead is getting a little bit stricter with me. They've been kind of hammering me. As you saw, they just outright blocked one of my videos. I did contest it. I didn't get a copyright strike, but like when I say they blocked, boy, I submitted my contestation, right? I tried to contest it. Less than an hour later, it didn't even take an hour. I think the actual time was like 47 minutes. I received the notice that they had rejected my contestation. They had just flat out rejected and said, nope, it is blocked. Blocked! Which means I can't put it up on YouTube. It's over on the Patreon page if you want to check it out. That's totally up to you though. I'm not asking you to, but if you guys want to go check it out, you're more than welcome to. But it's been getting worse and worse. So I don't know how this is going to go. There's a really good chance this might get blocked. I hope it doesn't. We'll see. But as far as the song goes, Optimistic, I've never heard the song before, as far as I know. Now, there is always a chance I may have heard this and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I know this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Radiohead, okay? And the video has 80,648 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Optimistic from the basement. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
What's hooking me here is something very subtle. I almost didn't catch it. I almost missed it. But I was sitting here going, something's hooking me. Something's catching my attention, but I don't know what it is. So I had to actually sit here and for like the last minute and really looks into every individual part. And I don't know which guitar player it is, but there's a guitar player hitting these chords. It's a chordal pattern, and it's a major third to a minor third, up to the fourth. So you're playing a 4 chord, resolving to the major third. And it's interesting, because that's what's hooking me. I don't know which guitar player is doing it, but one of them's doing it, and I don't think it's the lead singer. I think it's one of the other two. You'll hear it. It's that da 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 da. It's an interesting chordal progression, and I'm digging it. And that is what's hooking me so far. The rest of the song is good, don't get me wrong, but that's the line that's catching my attention. So let me back it up a little bit. Let's see if you guys can catch it.
The best you can, try the best you can. The best you can is good enough.
Oh, no, it's gone.
Yeah, this one's optimistic. This one went to market. This one just came out of the swamp. This one drops a payload. Fight up for the animals living on animal farm. You can try the best you can. Try the best you can. The best you can is good enough. You can try the best you can. Try the best you can. The best you can is good enough. I'd really like to help you, man. I'd really like to help you, man. But I'm a nervous, restless marionette, floating around in a prison shell.
That was creative use of hands to modulate the vocalizations coming out of the guitar player right there. Nothing wrong with that. I've seen people do crazy things with their hands to shape and form, or at least alter the shape and form of the tone that's coming out from their vocalizations. It's not uncommon. It's not done very often. Like, it's not something you'll see on a regular, but it's not like the first time I've ever seen anybody do that. I've seen people do that plenty of times. Listen, in a live setting, you do what you gotta do to create the sounds that you want to create. You don't have, in a live setting, you don't have Pro Tools to do all the shaping for you. You can't sit there, with an envelope filter and, change and, form the tone the way you want. You have to do it on the fly, and you gotta do what's available to you. And I've seen, there's a band I used to love called Fair to Midland. I used to love these guys. It's a shame they broke up, but I completely understand why they broke up, and I do not blame them in any way, shape, or form for it. You do what you gotta do. But, I mean, their lead singer, he went by Darrow. He would do stuff he would love to use vibrato, but he would love to use, in certain parts of certain songs, vibrato just wasn't enough. He needed his voice to shake. So, and I've actually seen him do this live, so I know he was actually doing it. He would take his fingers, he would grab the inside, he would push his fingers into his throat, grab his larynx, and shake it violently. And it would create this amazing, shaking voice. And it was very impressive to see. Scary. I'm like, please don't hurt yourself, man. But at the same time, what a great effect. So you do what you gotta do in a live setting to elicit the type of sounds and modulations and shape changing that you want to get from your tone, from your vocalizations. You do what you gotta do, man. So that's awesome. Very creative. Very creative.
You can try the best you can. Try the best you can. The best you can is good enough. You can try the best you can. Try the best you can. Dinosaurs roaming the earth. Dinosaurs roaming the earth. Dinosaurs roaming the
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was mind blowing, but it was good. It was good. Well, there you go, folks. That was Radiohead with Optimistic from the basement. Yes, from the basement. This was a request from Lucky Kid A. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good with that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, right off the gun, I'm just gonna say this. I found nothing wrong with anything they did. Everything they did made sense. Everything they did sounded good, okay? I'm just gonna get that out of the way before people start saying that, I gave them a bad score, or, why are you giving them a horrible score? Guys, the 7.6 is a really good score. If you're not sure about that, look down below at my scoring chart in the description down there. Take a look. You will see a 7.6 is right in the middle of the really goods. 7.0 is the bottom threshold for really good. So this is up there. This is up there. Vocally, what he was doing fit the song, okay? It did fit the song. Everything he did made sense, okay? And what he did, he was doing well. So, no complaints on the vocals. I love the bass movement. The bass was moving around quite a bit, and I could actually hear him pretty well in the mix, too. He wasn't just hitting on roots and pedals. He was moving around, sliding, doing a lot of sliding, which I dug. I love the sliding up and sliding down both. He was doing both. To add and fill and add effect, which is perfectly normal, perfectly fine. The drummer using the mallets instead of your typical drumsticks. I always can appreciate that. It's always good to see drummers realizing and recognizing the type of song they're going to be playing and choosing their weapons of choice appropriately. Using those mallets. I think they might have been rubber mallets. They didn't look yarned. They didn't look like they were yarn tipped or heavy mallets. They looked like they were just almost like rototom mallets, or tenor mallets possibly, rubber tipped, and it fit the song perfectly. Like I have no argument with what he did whatsoever, as far as his stick selection. Great tom pattern at the beginning to start the song off, establish the feel of the song. I know I made that comment in the past. That's the drummer's job. The drummer's job is not to keep time. That's the bass player's job. If you ask any music teacher, you ask any music professor, anybody who actually has studied or teaches music, they will tell you it is the bass player's job to keep time. It is not the drummer's job. The drummer's job is equally as important, is to set the mood and tone and feel of the song. And this was a great example of that. Drummer came in with that tom pattern, and I immediately knew when he was playing that tom pattern, I heard him play it twice, and I immediately knew the type of song that this was going to sound like. Here's the funny thing. This is where instinct comes in. I was listening and knew that in my mind, I started going, what would I play? What pattern would I play on my bass to match what the drummer is doing? Or maybe not necessarily match, but play something that would be conducive to what he's doing. Something that would be complementary to what he's doing. And I had a pattern come in my head. And oddly enough, what the bass player started doing, it wasn't exactly what I had in my head, but it was pretty close. I mean, it wasn't like really close, but we had a lot of similar ideas. So it's good to see that I was able to interpret in my head what I would play in comparison to what he would play, or what he did play. So that felt good. What really kind of got me on this song was the guitars, and that it doesn't usually happen for me. Usually it's drums, bass, vocals that sell me on song. Guitars are usually just filler for me. But in this case, the guitars, they're what hooked me. That chordal pattern, that, major 3 down to minor 3, modulating up, 2 semitones up to the 4, and then resolving on the major 3rd. That was nice. It was a really nice pattern. I dug it. I absolutely dug it. And that's what hooked me more than anything else. To be perfectly honest with you, is this song my cup of tea? No, it's not. This is not something I would ever go looking for. This is not something I would ever put on a playlist. But I will say this: if the song ever came on, like if I was hanging out at someone's house, or we had a get together, whatever, and somebody put this on, I wouldn't complain, and I wouldn't fast forward. I would listen to this again. I would listen to it again. I just won't go looking for it. Again, they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything bad. They didn't do anything that my ears found offensive. They didn't do anything that turned me off, okay? Everything they did in this song sounded good. It all made sense. It wasn't super impressive, but it sounded good. It sounded really good, which is why it's getting the really good score. So, 7.6, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good and will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.